Listen to me carefully, because if you miss this, you will keep thinking God has forgotten you when, in reality, He has been preparing you the whole time. This is the mistake most people make, and it costs them years of unnecessary frustration and doubt. They confuse silence for absence, thinking that if God is not speaking loudly, He must not be speaking at all. They confuse delay for denial, believing that if the blessing has not come yet, it must mean the blessing is not coming. They think because the spotlight is not on them, because they are not being celebrated, because their name is not being called, God must have passed them by. They look around and see others being promoted, others being celebrated, others walking through doors that seem permanently closed to them, and they conclude that somehow God has overlooked them, or that perhaps they are simply not worthy of His attention or favor. What I am telling you right now will change everything if you receive it. You are being trained in the dark for something so powerful, so purposeful, so significant, that if you saw it all at once, you would break under the weight of it. The full picture of what God has planned for your life is too big for your current capacity. That is not an insult to you. That is a testimony to the enormity of what He is preparing. God is not hiding things from you to be cruel or to keep you in suspense for His amusement. He is hiding things from you because He is merciful. He knows that if He showed you everything at once, the weight of it would crush you before you develop the strength to carry it. This message is not for the crowd chasers who are looking for instant recognition and immediate gratification. It is not for those looking for shortcuts to glory who want the crown without the cross, the throne, without the wilderness, the platform, without the preparation. Shortcuts to glory are shortcuts to disaster, because character that is not developed in private will be exposed and destroyed in public. This is for you, the one who has been crying behind closed doors when no one else sees your tears and no one else hears your prayers. The one who has been staying obedient, even when no one is watching and there is no applause for your faithfulness, no recognition for your sacrifice. The one who has been praying, even when it feels like nothing is changing and heaven seems completely silent. This is for the hidden ones, the overlooked ones, the forgotten ones, who do not realize they are actually the chosen ones being prepared for something extraordinary. And if you will stick with me through this entire message, not only will you understand what God is doing in your private season, but you will start to thank Him for the silence, the obscurity, and the waiting that used to frustrate you. You will see that what you thought was punishment was actually preparation. What you thought was abandonment was actually protection. What you thought was rejection was actually divine selection. You think you are being overlooked, but you are actually being overprepared. God does not waste time, and He does not make mistakes. Every day of your hidden season is purposeful training for the public assignment He has already prepared for you. The assignment exists, the platform exists, the opportunity exists, but you are not there yet because you are not ready yet, and a loving Father will not give His child something that will destroy them. I need you to listen all the way to the end. Do not skip this. Do not scroll past. Do not treat this like another motivational video that makes you feel good for a moment and then fades from memory by the end of the day. This might just be the word that shifts your entire mindset and changes the trajectory of your life forever. Because I know what it feels like. I have been there too. I have sat in rooms where nobody knew my name while everyone else seemed to have recognition and influence and opportunity. I have walked through seasons where it felt like God was silent, where heaven seemed closed, where my prayers seemed to bounce off the ceiling and fall back to the ground unanswered. But looking back now with the perspective that only time can give, those were the very moments where He was building me piece by piece in private. He was teaching me things I could never learn in public, where the pressure to perform would have distracted me from the lessons. He was developing character that could not be formed in the spotlight, where my ego would have gotten in the way. And now I see why the light had to wait. The light was not delayed because God was slow or forgetful. It was delayed because I was not ready, and a premature promotion would have destroyed the very thing God was trying to build. You are about to discover why what you are going through is not a punishment, but preparation. God is not punishing you with this hidden season. He is protecting you and preparing you for something greater than you can currently imagine. I am not going to waste your time with empty motivational phrases that sound good but change nothing. You have already spent too many nights wondering when your breakthrough will come, too many mornings asking God why others are being promoted while you remain hidden, too many hours comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. I am here to tell you that your breakthrough is coming, but first you have got to pass through the hidden hallway. There is no shortcut around it. The preparation cannot be skipped. The wilderness cannot be avoided. The character development cannot be fast-forwarded. God is not hiding your promise from you. He is hiding you because He loves you too much to let you arrive unprepared. He has seen too many people receive their breakthrough before they were ready and watched it destroy them. He has seen platforms given to people whose character could not sustain the pressure of public visibility. He has seen influence given to people who were not yet anchored deeply enough in Him to handle it without losing their souls. And because He loves you more than He loves your timeline, because He cares more about your character than your comfort, He is taking His time with you. He is doing a thorough work that will last for generations. So pause your doubts, because they are not serving you. Turn up the volume on your faith, because that is what will carry you through. Lock into this moment because it is sacred. This is personal. This is not a coincidence that you are reading these words right now. This is your wake-up call from heaven. Because if you really knew what was on the other side of your obedience in private, if you could see the doors that are about to open, the favor that is about to flow, the impact you are about to have, you would start dancing in the dark. You would start praising God in the wilderness. You would start thanking Him for the very season you have been complaining about. Now let us dive in, because God is training you in private for a public blessing that is bigger than anything you have imagined. You feel hidden right now, do you not? Like God has you tucked away in some obscure corner of the universe where no one sees, no one notices, and no one understands what you are going through. It is frustrating beyond words. You keep asking, why am I still here when everyone else seems to be moving forward, progressing, advancing, achieving? You are watching others step into their blessings, walking through open doors, being celebrated and promoted and recognized. And yet you are still in the shadows, doing the right things, praying the right prayers, staying faithful despite receiving no visible reward for your obedience. But here is what I want you to understand. This truth will change everything if you can truly grasp it in your spirit. God hides who He is about to use. That hidden place you are in is not rejection. It is not abandonment. It is not a sign that God has forgotten you or moved on to someone more deserving. It is protection. It is preparation. It is evidence that God has marked you for something significant, and He is making absolutely sure you are ready for it before He releases you into it. God does not begin His greatest works on the stage where everyone can see. He begins them in the shadows where only He is watching. He starts with a whisper, not a shout. He works in silence before He works in public. Before He takes you public, He takes you private. That is the divine pattern throughout all of Scripture and throughout all of history. Every person God used in a significant way spent significant time in a hidden place first. You are not being overlooked. You are being overprepared. You are not being ignored. You are being intentionally crafted by the hands of the master potter for something specific and purposeful. Because what God is doing in you right now, in the secret, unseen, quiet place, is sacred. It is holy. It is the most important work He could possibly be doing in your life. And if you can grasp that reality, if you can shift your perspective from frustration to faith, everything changes. What feels like punishment is actually purpose unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. What feels like silence is actually strategy designed by the God who sees the end from the beginning and orders every step along the way. Look at David. Before he ever held a crown, he held a slingshot. Before he ever stood before giants in front of armies, he stood alone in the fields with only sheep for company. When the prophet Samuel came to Jesse's house to anoint the next king of Israel, David was not even invited to the lineup. His own father did not think enough of him to bring him in from the fields. His own family overlooked him and considered him insignificant. But God did not overlook him. God saw something in David that everyone else missed. David was in the pasture tending sheep, hidden from human view, forgotten by his family, alone in the wilderness. But he was chosen by God for a throne, and that hidden season was not wasted time. That was the proving ground where everything that would later sustain him on the throne was being developed. In those quiet moments with no audience but God and the sheep fighting off lions and bears that threatened the flock, David's courage was being built for Goliath. His heart was being tested for the pressures of leadership. His character was being formed in the crucible of obscurity. He was being trained in private for a throne he did not even know was coming. That is exactly where you are right now. You are in a field, in a process, in a season where God is stripping away pride that would destroy you later if left unchecked. He is refining your obedience so you know how to follow Him when the stakes are impossibly high. He is anchoring your identity in Him alone, not in applause that comes and goes, not in followers who are fickle and unreliable, not in recognition that is temporary and fleeting. He is developing your roots, because if your roots are not deep, your fruit will not last. He has seen too many people grow quickly and fall quickly because they had no depth, no foundation, no character to sustain what they built. He is protecting you from exposure that your character cannot sustain yet, because a public platform without private preparation is dangerous. It has destroyed many people who received their blessing before they were ready for it. And God loves you too much to let you crash under the weight of premature promotion. Even Jesus, fully God and fully man, retreated to the quiet places to be with His Father. Mark 1:35 tells us that very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where He prayed. Before the miracles, before the crowds, before the healing and teaching that would change the world, He withdrew to pray alone. He prioritized the secret place over the spotlight. That is the model. That is the standard. If the Son of God needed solitude before stepping into power, how much more do you and I need it? You may not see it now, but the silence is shaping you in ways that will become apparent later. The obscurity is an opportunity to develop without the pressure of public scrutiny, to fail and learn without everyone watching, to grow at your own pace, without comparison stealing your joy. You are not in a waiting room where nothing is happening. You are in a workshop where the master craftsman is doing his finest and most careful work. God is doing a deep work in your heart that no one else can see yet, because it is not meant for public viewing at this stage. But one day when the doors swing open and you step into your assignment, people will look at you and wonder how you carry what you carry with such grace and strength and wisdom. And you will know it was built in the hidden place. It was forged in the late nights of surrender, the quiet mornings of prayer, the lonely moments when it was just you and God and no applause. Do not despise the season you are in. Do not rush the process God is taking you through, because you cannot speed up character development any more than you can speed up a pregnancy. The field comes before the throne. The cave comes before the crown. The private always comes before the public. And the work He is doing now in secret is the foundation for the blessing that is coming next in public. You are being trained in private for a public blessing that will glorify Him and impact others in ways you cannot yet imagine. Stay faithful. Your moment is coming. It is closer than you think. If God is shaping your future in the shadows, then what is He shaping inside you? Because sometimes the most powerful battles happen when no one else sees you fighting. Let us talk about the character that is being carved in secret during this hidden season. You want the promotion. You want the influence. You want the platform and the recognition that comes with it. But let me tell you something you may not want to hear but desperately need to receive. God is more interested in who you are than where you are going. He cares more about your character than your career. He is more concerned with your depth than your reach. He would rather have you ready later than ruined sooner. This is the part no one teaches you because it is not popular or exciting. This is the sacred work done in silence, in solitude, in stillness. This is where your character is formed when no one is clapping, when no one is watching, when there is no applause to chase and no recognition to receive. You see, God does not anoint personas that are crafted for public consumption. He anoints real people whose integrity stands firm in the dark, not just in the spotlight. He anoints people who are the same when no one is watching as they are when everyone is watching. Right now, in the quiet of your process, God is shaping the kind of man or woman you will become when the blessing arrives. Because without character, the blessing will crush.